The gravitational force, and these are all from the technical literature, the gravitational force must be what it is for planets to have stable orbits around the sun. Otherwise, if they had a greater force, they would fall into the sun and burn up, or if weaker, they would escape from the orbit into a very cold outer darkness. You follow with me? It is estimated that a change in gravity, and this is from the astrophysicists themselves, and one of them I spoke to yesterday, and David Lyne spoke to him before I spoke to him on the phone yesterday, one of the world's leading astrophysicists, knighted by the Queen of England. So we're not just throwing statements out in the dark, class. We're trying to give you the facts. Watch. It is estimated that a change in gravity of 1 part in 10 to the power of 100 would have prevented a life-permitting universe. Wow, so electromagnetism, now gravity, but it gets even more difficult. If the electric charge on an electron were only slightly different, stars would have been able to burn hydrogen and helium, and the technical reference, and produce the chemical elements such as carbon and oxygen that make up our bodies. Similarly, the orbit of electrons in atoms would not be stable, so matter as we know it would not exist. If it were not precisely what it is, slightly greater charge would cause it to fall to the center, slightly less charge would cause it to skip out into space, and matter would not exist in the universe. Stephen Hawking wrote, if the rate of expansion 1 second after the Big Bang that he still holds to had been smaller by even 1 part in, watch, 100,000 million, the universe would have recollapsed before it ever reached its present size. Something is going on. Not only must each of these quantities be exquisitely fine-tuned, but their ratios to each other must be finely tuned. As William Craig writes, improbability is added to improbability until our minds are reeling in incomprehensible numbers. Whoever put this together, put it together with such precision that it could not have been accidental. Amen. How are these extraordinary numbers to be explained? Peter May goes on. The most popular explanation is the one that appeals to Dawkins, and that is the multiverse. The idea here is that, unbeknown to us, you never see them, can experiment with them. Well, that's immediately unscientific. Unbeknown to us, there are other universes, all slightly different, so that it becomes more likely that in that number a universe like ours might exist. We're playing games. We're drawing cartoons. It's a fairy tale.